Hello. When it comes to feeling bad for the narcissist, I feel like it's something we're not supposed to think about or feel or say out loud or admit to or talk about. And I want to because I think it's a very real thing and I think is something you're not supposed to even think about doing. Feel bad for the narcissist, feel bad for the abuser. I just want to validate someone's feelings because there are people out there that are struggling because they feel bad. They feel, and we've all felt this way. You're the only person who can look into the narcissist and help them, and you're the only one who sees them and these poor little broken things, and I can fix them. Remember, there's all stages of the cycle. There are people at the beginning of the cycle. You know what I mean? There are people just learning about this. So they don't know. A lot of us maybe are in Hoover or no contact or we're veterans for that. There are people going through it. So you start to feel bad, like you're the only person that can help them and love them. You're not alone in feeling that way. Even though it's not something you'll find a lot, I don't think, of things, admitting it, but it is a very normal reaction. You are invested. You have spent time, energy, effort on this person. There's an investment there. Of course you're going to care about what happens to them. Of course you're going to care. And it might be, you're not alone. You're not alone in feeling that way. And it might be that they need you and you know that. Like you've been, let's take middle of the road, not married 30 years, but not under a year. Let's take 10 years. You've been living together for 10 years. Let's just say. No marriage, no kids. Guess what? Now you're going to split an apartment. Maybe you're carrying him for rent. Maybe now he's got to go get his own water bill. He doesn't know what to do. He's never done it before. You've been taking care of things for all these years. So when that happens, maybe you've enabled it, and now you're mad at yourself because now you're stuck because you enabled it. You went and shuffled his kids around. You were the ride for this and that. You were the buffer maybe with him and his parents. A lot can happen over the course of a relationship that makes it so that they need you. And you're thinking to yourself, but they need me, but they need me. Listen to me. They need those functions filled. They don't need us, the person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I have people in my life, bestie this, bestie that, cousin this, brother that, and I need doses of those people. Those people I need doses of, and I will call on them and get my dose of that person that I love so much. It's not a function I need filled. So say, for example, okay, so you can't picture them living without you for practical reasons. Very common. So you feel bad. What's going to happen to them? And it keeps you stuck. You're not alone. The thing is, it's not our responsibility to be responsible for another adult. Period. It's just not. Oh, but I'm telling you, he really couldn't do it. He'll figure it out. He'll either get roommates, or will move back in with his parents, or depending on his age, maybe he'll move in with his adult children, or he will stay in a hotel and have everything done for him. Whatever the case is, you are not the person that is supposed to show him life. Any adult past the age of, nowadays I would say 15 years old, kids know everything. My kid, we were from here to Europe and she knew everything and she was 15. Ma this way, ma that way, ma this way. Well, she says tiny or small. That's what she calls me. Yeah. Come on, small, this way. In the airport, I'm like a wreck. And she's, nope, this way. So kids can figure anything out. Kids can live on their own. If an adult that you are spending time with cannot live on their own and make it without you, that's a whole other set of problems. And if you look at it from that perspective, it will snap you out of it pretty quickly. If you are an adult, and I'm assuming we all are, and you're meeting up with another adult, I would think one of the first tenets that you need to see is they are self-sustaining. Whether they're renting an apartment or if they live in a house, or they're self-sustaining, meaning they are responsible for their own life. So not in their parents' basement, not sleeping on a friend's couch, not renting a room in a house, it's not your name. I'm talking responsibility. Their name is somewhere, they pay something, they are self-sustaining people. That is something that they should have without you and before you meet them. Now, you can grow together, and that can change and improve. But for the love of Blanche, if the man does not have a job or the sense or the responsibility or the character to take care of himself, then it's not your job to teach that to him. So don't let that be a concern. Now, can you feel bad? That's the part that I started out saying. Yeah, in your heart, you're going to. You're a caring individual. You were trying to build this life. You had faith in this person for such a long time, even before. We all have to remember that before the end, we're going through the good. So through the good, there were periods where you felt hopeful for change. You felt renewed by something he did or said. My pronoun is he. Pollen count 10.6 in Florida, but I insist on sitting outside. Forgive my allergies, but I'm not going in. I love it out here. But you feel like you're letting that person down because you too throughout the relationship made promises. But what I would like you to remember is that your promises came from a place of a genuine concern for showing that person you were committed to them and you were bringing the relationship forward into the next level and the next level. Their promises and things, as we've discussed before, was just love bombing and lies to get something out of you, whatever it was that they wanted at the time. It really sounds terribly just full of despair, but I'm just trying to make the point that I don't want anyone's feelings to ever be invalidated, and for anyone to be sitting around going, I just feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. He's going to be all alone. I get it. We all get it, whether or not we... Now, there might be some women are just stronger, or maybe it's not stronger, it's just they internalize it differently, and they're more like sharks, and they're like, I'll never feel bad. No way, what he did to me. And I hope any one of us would land there, but there's a journey to get there. So I'm trying to reach out to those of you who are still in the thick of feeling really bad at the thought of leaving him alone. It can be real. And we all have to be empathetic. Absolutely. Because in the face of coming off something with no empathy, I would think that we would know that we need to give it extra in the world. So let's think about those people and try to reach out to somebody if you know. And try to let them know it's okay to feel bad, but that it is not their job. Guess what? No way on God's green earth is it anyone's job to carry another adult through life. Absolutely not. So if that's what you've been doing and that's why you're stuck, look at that. And to feel bad, like, oh, but also they would, I don't know, bring me coffee in the morning and he cuddled with me at night. Okay, those are just little things that are, he's expelling those activities upon you to keep you hooked. Again, I think that we could be anybody that they cuddle at night, honestly. And we could be anybody in the bed and they're going to bring us coffee. That's a thing they do. They bring coffee. That's a move. It's a move, in other words, that they have. They bring coffee to the girl in bed. Or they cuddle well at night. Or they make dinner for you. These are activities that they would expel upon anyone that's in the room or with them. So I don't want you feeling bad about losing that for them either, because they will replace that. And I know that's harsh to hear, but I think we've all done enough work to know that they will replace all that. And that those functions can be filled by another being. It has nothing to do with us, the person. So you deserve, and I deserve, and we all deserve to be self-sustaining in our own life, meet someone else that's self-sustaining in their own life, and meet two healthy-minded people that don't need anybody to take care of them. And feel bad for your narcissist, that's fine. But then move on about it. Don't let that consume you and bring you back to, oh, but I can't leave him. I feel so bad. No, no. Feel bad on a humane level. Any healthy human's nature would feel bad. That's a normal, I think, feeling. And don't even feel you need to be forgiven for that. Like, that's a completely human nature if you're a healthy individual. But then end it there. You can feel bad, but then break ties. It's not your job. It is not your job. Let them go. If that's what's holding you back. Do not. They will find their way. They'll get roommates. They'll figure it out.